Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract money, even when they're not trying, and others, no matter how hard they push, it just slips through their fingers? Feng Shui has a quiet answer for that. And in 2025, it begins with numbers, not math, not astrology, but energetic digits that act like magnets for your money flow. Some numbers stabilize your cash, some unlock flow, some speed it up, and others, they can quietly block it. The thing is, most people don't even know they're using the wrong ones. In their phone numbers, pins, account names, passwords. Little things that carry real energy. And in 2025, a wood snake year with the global frequency of 9. Your numbers matter more than ever. So what if your lucky digits are hidden in your element? What if the best numbers for your wealth aren't random at all, but encoded in your Feng Shui? Today, we'll decode the 5 elemental money codes: metal, wood, water, fire, and earths, and uncover the digits that quietly attract wealth, energy, and lucky flow for each one. Let's start with metal. Cheryl used to be the kind of person who didn't even need to double-check things. Bills got paid, clients booked ahead, passwords worked, life ran smooth, and she liked it that way. Order felt like oxygen to her. Even her grocery list was alphabetized. But in early 2024, something started glitching. Not catastrophes, just these weird, annoying stutters. Bank transfer took 48 hours instead of 4. Her favorite client ghosted, then said, "Oh, I thought we had already paid." Her email bounced twice that week. And the weirdest part, her focus was fine, her effort was constant, but the result? It was like her system had a background noise she couldn't mute. And one night, sitting on the floor of her office with her laptop open and 4 tabs spinning, as she whispered, "Why does everything suddenly feel fuzzier?" Cheryl was born in 1981. That means she carries metal energy. Metal refines, it slices through clutter, it sharpens systems, it creates form and focus where others feel lost. But for metal to work right, it needs clarity, not just in action, but in code. And here's what Cheryl had unknowingly built around herself. Her email, Cheryl724. Bank account ending in 157. New PIN, 4722. Everywhere she looked, 2s, 4s, 7s, and 5s. Now, these numbers aren't evil, but in metal Feng Shui, they feel like static. The best numbers for metal are 6, 8, and 9. 6 means stability and smooth cash flow. 8 means wealth momentum and clean strength. 9 means legacy wealth, measured, purposeful, elevated. But 2 means emotion. 4 means passivity. 7 means reversals, cuts. 5 scatters direction. Her numbers weren't helping. They were blurring her edge. Cheryl is what I call a precision keeper. She gets stuff done. She keeps promises. She doesn't need to chase chaos because she's 3 steps ahead of it. But lately, she'd become the person who checked the mail 3 times and still missed the letter. She wasn't becoming less responsible. She was becoming unwired, and it made her second guess herself, which for a metal type is deeply unsettling. Imagine having a stainless steel knife and trying to cut a tomato. With the dull edge, you've got the right tool, but the angle's wrong, and no matter how hard you press, nothing slices clean. That was Cheryl. She had all the tools. But the numbers wrapped around her were turning her blade soft. She didn't reinvent herself. She didn't throw away her systems. She just recoded. She added 96 to her work email, changed her Zoom handle from Cheryl724 to Cheryl689. Her PIN now ends in 6896. Even switched her online tax portal to an ID that ends in 8869. She didn't expect instant results, but they came anyway, within 10 days. Her refund landed. A client she thought she'd lost came back, and for the first time in months. Her money felt smooth again, not explosive, just clear. Now, when someone asks if she believes in number energy, Cheryl just laughs and says, "If it ends in 6, 8, or 9, I'll take it." And she means it, but not everyone works like metal. Some people aren't trying to control the system. They're trying to move through it, to stretch, to grow. Let's talk about wood. Dana had a gift for ideas. Every time she took a walk, a new concept would land. Every time she made tea, a new offer popped into her head. She filled journals the way other people filled laundry baskets, fast and without meaning, too. She wasn't lost. She was in motion, always building something, always chasing momentum. But deep down, she knew the truth. None of it felt like it was finishing. And on a quiet afternoon in April, after missing her third client deadline in 2 months, she closed her laptop and whispered to no one, "I think I'm growing sideways." Dana was born in 1989. That puts her in the wood element. Wood energy is the energy of growth, of expansion, of movement forward, but wood doesn't grow in straight lines. Unless you give it shape. Left unchecked, wood doesn't get stuck, it spreads. Ideas branch out, tasks multiply, and suddenly the system collapses under its own enthusiasm. She looked at her numbers. Her email, Dana creates 157. A phone ends in 517. Zoom links all started with 5,717. Digits 1, 5, and 7 1 pushes. 5 scatters, 7 disconnects. None of them hold space for wood to root. Dana is a creative climber. She sees what's possible before it's built. She wants to build something real. But she can't seem to finish the bridge across the river. Imagine planting a vine. And instead of a trellis, you give it 5 different fences and a swing set to grow on. It's going to stretch but never bear fruit. In Feng Shui, wood energy thrives on structure within motion. The best numbers for wood are 3, 4, and 9. 3 means ignition. 4 means steadiness. 9 means completion and clarity. She changed her email to Dana Grows 349. Her landing page ends in 934. Her project boards became Launch 3, Phase 4, Wrap 9. Even her mug now says, Rooted in 349. She said it made her feel less like a brainstorm and more like a builder. And within 2 weeks, she finished 3 projects. Clients paid on time. Her whiteboard finally had more check marks than arrows. Now, every time she creates a password, and she starts with 3, ends with 9, and tucks a 4 somewhere in the middle. Again, somehow, it always logs her in, but not everyone needs momentum. Some of us just need quiet. Let's talk about water. Chris didn't tell anyone things felt off, because technically, everything was working. His bills were paid. Clients still showed up. Emails didn't bounce. He even hit inbox 0 once last month, but something in him felt unsettled. Mornings started too fast, nights stretched too long, and the noise, mental and real, never stopped. It wasn't burnout, it was choppiness. And one Thursday, after reading the same sentence 5 times in a row, he shut his laptop and whispered, "Why do I feel like I'm liking all over the place?" Chris was born in 1993. That means water. Water flows, it listens, it adapts, but when it gets disrupted, it doesn't freeze, it floods. His gym ID, 157. Email recovery, 5,711. A banking PIN, 11,757. These were pressure digits, 1 is sharp. A 5 splits, 7 reverses. He wasn't disconnected, he was being pulled apart. Chris was a quiet processor. He didn't react fast, he observed. Felt things longer than he let on. Now he felt like he was treading water in his own head. Imagine filling a glass pitcher, then shaking the table every 10 seconds. The water never settles. Water energy needs harmony. The best digits are 1, 2, and 6. 1 means clean beginnings. 2 means balance. 6 means grace and support. He changed his logins to 1261. His email alias to Chris, Wave 621. His Wi-Fi became Home 852. His contact ID, Chris 621. Within days, his mornings slowed. His head cleared. And that hum in the background gone. Now, when Chris types in 2 or 6, he doesn't think of luck. He just nods like he's dialing home. Let's talk about fire. Stephanie wasn't someone people forgot. She walked into rooms and turned heads. Not because she tried, but because her presence just sparked. But lately, her content didn't land, her energy didn't click. The flame dimmed and she noticed, sitting on her couch, scrolling through a video that barely hit 200 views. As she whispered, "Did I lose it or did I hide it?" Stephanie was born in 1977. That makes her fire. Fire leads, it creates. It shows up bright, bold, visible. But when fire gets wrapped in the wrong codes, it muffles, it dims her numbers. Steph 442. At StephFire 442. Phone 5542. Booking link 1442. All full of 4s and 2s. Too much soft, not enough spark. Fire needs 3, 9, and 1. A 3 means spark. 9 means full expression. 1 means bold leadership. She changed her handle to Steph 931. Zoom ID 139. Lock screen mantra. Fire rises in 391. Red mug, fire codes 391. Within a month, 2 collabs. A viral reel. An old client rebooked. Now every time she keys in 3, 9, or 1. And she says softly, "A fuel received." Let's talk about Earth. Helen always knew how to hold it down. She wasn't flashy. She wasn't loud. She showed up. She followed through. But lately, the foundation felt off. She didn't miss payments. She just paid them 1 day late. She didn't forget groceries. She just forgot the thing she always remembered. One afternoon, digging through 3 logins for a receipt she was sure she saved. She muttered, "This isn't like me." Helen was born in 1970. She's Earth. Earth doesn't move fast. It holds. It supports. It remembers. But if you load it with the wrong vibration, it doesn't shatter. It just quietly sinks. Her accounts were full of 1s, 5s, and 7s. 7,515. 5,177. 175. Grocery ID 557. Numbers that shake, not support. Earth needs 2, 5, and 8. 2 means calm. 5 means center. 8 means strong, step-by-step wealth. She opened a new account ending in 8,525. A password 2,852. Wi-Fi home 852. No ritual, no drama, just a return to her pace. Now when she sees 5 on a receipt, she smiles and says, "Yep, floor's holding, and it always is." And just like that, we've walked through the 5 elements and the lucky digits they quietly respond to. Not the loud kind of luck, not the lottery ticket kind, but the soft, everyday alignment. That makes things click smoother, feel lighter, Move more like you. Maybe your number S been right all along. Maybe it just needed adjusting. Because sometimes the tiniest shift, a 6 in your password, a 3 in your invoice, a 9 in your username, can change how energy, money, and momentum show up in your life. Thanks for walking this path with me. Take what fits, toss what doesn't, and may the right numbers find you exactly when you need them. Your space speaks, wisdom listens.